What's up everybody, it's your boy Roast the Edge. Today I've got an awesome video for you. We're going to take a look at some of the best grenade spots you can find on the map Rammaza. This map is going to be in the competitive rotation for S&D, so some of these will be pretty darn useful. I've hit a bunch of them in pubs as well, and I will admit a few of them are advanced and you might need to practice it a few times, but let's get right into it.
Kobe. Destroy the objectives.
Alright guys, the first thing you're going to want to do is head on over to Ruins, and most people rush that spot over by the half wall, so you're just going to want to throw a couple grenades straight up over through the roof, and by the time they start rushing the bottom steps to Armory, you're probably going to knock off a few kills. Next thing you're going to want to do is, if you're planting B-side, go ahead and take over bottom Armory. And I like this spot here in bottom Armory because if you peek the door, you can actually bounce a grenade off of that top right green box, which I'm going to show you here. This is pretty cool because you can actually see the archways from here as well. But so there he is. The guy's trying to defuse. We're going to hit a nade off the top right green box, bounce it straight over towards this general area and get the kill. This is going to work for attacking and defending, which is kind of nice. If you're already set up an armory and they're trying to plant the bomb, you can knock off an easy kill. This next one, guys, is one of my favorites. I like this because you can use it in any game mode. What you're going to want to do off spawn is pull up to these sandbags. And if you didn't know already, there is a hole in the rooftop at ladder window. But you'll need to wait a few seconds because it takes them a couple seconds to get up the ladder, and you're going to get to this spot before they do. So as you can see, you're going to line yourself up with that green chair on top of the building, and all you want to do is look straight up and line yourself up with the top of the fender on that bus. And then you can toss a grenade, you can toss a smoke, you can toss a flash, any of those things, because the trajectory is pretty well similar. And that grenade is going to drop through that roof and basically land on top of their head. So let's take a look here in split screen. Person on the bottom is already situated in that room. We're going to go ahead and line ourselves up and see if we can't drop that thing on top of their head.
Kobe. We have the advantage. Now
so that's going to take a few attempts for you guys, but I promise you, if you hit this in pubs, the comms that come off these guys is hilarious. And honestly, once you hit it once or twice, you can hit it no problem every time. And one more time, except this time we're going to use a smoke. As you can see, it doesn't take quite as long to line it up. It's a quick pull up, quick line up with the top fender and a toss. And hey, that smoke actually did some damage. That was kind of weird. But yeah, it gets easier every time. Alright, this next one, I actually saw from another YouTube video and I had to try it. So this ends up being one of the coolest cross maps that you can hit. And honestly, it's one of the easier ones. So if you head on over to this sidewall over here and line yourself up with the puddles on the ground, you're going to see that there's actually two clouds. And if you just line up your crosshairs in between and slightly to the right and let that thing fly, and this is actually going to hit the B-bomb location as they're planting. So let's take a look at that one more time with the split screen. We're going to have somebody laying down over at that bomb location so we can see exactly what's going on. So again, line yourself up right where these little circular puddles are. That leftmost one is the one that you're going to be standing on, right in that location. So yeah, have a look up. Two small clouds here, right in the middle and then slightly off to the right, and let that thing fly. Honestly, in a game where the time to kill is so fast, I feel like it is totally worth it to get rid of your nades, get rid of your stuns, use whatever you can in the short life that you'll probably have. Every game feels like it's so close out there, so might as well utilize that stuff. The next thing we're going to take a look at is on the A-bomb side. Everybody knows by now that the back steps of construction is kind of a power position. So all I wanted to show you guys here was that you could actually nade those back steps and probably knock the person off that's standing back there trying to protect the bomb site. It's a pretty easy nade, but the trick to this one is you don't want to stand too close. You need to be far enough back that it actually hits him, because you can overthrow that past that wall. It's a pretty small back wall that he has. The other thing is, if you are the guy up here protecting your bomb and you're in that power position, you can actually bounce a nade off of the back wall to that northwest entrance. And this is key because you can pretty much see every set of doors from up here, except the northwest entrance. And that's why I kind of looked at this and thought, okay, well, maybe this can be utilized a little bit. So let's go ahead and check that out. In the split screen, I've got somebody standing out there by the northwest entrance, and we're going to see where that nade lands when you bounce it off the back wall. To hit this one, guys, I would say just turn up the volume on your headset a little bit, and you could probably hear these guys coming up that back set of stairs. They're pretty noisy, so if you suspect somebody might be close by, you'll probably get that kill if you just luck chuck it. And I saved the best one for last for you guys. What you're going to want to do is head on over to Ruins. I'm going to show you this spot where you can cross map this thing into the top window of Armory. Take a look at these piles of rubble here on the bottom right and find the piece that has the colored glass. And what you're going to want to do is stand nearby or on top of that colored piece of broken glass, and you see the hole in the roof, how it's actually curved. If you continue that curve on out halfway through and then slightly up, don't feel bad if you can't hit this one. This is a pretty advanced grenade. I'm not going to expect you to hit this one on the regular just because it is so tough. But if you are playing GBs a lot and you do want something to give you that competitive edge, just so you can knock off the first kill, I would run up a game of customs and just see what you can do. Practice with it, try it out. If it's not for you, move on. If you can hit it, that's awesome. I'd love to see the clips later on of people hitting this one in pubs because I just think it's such a cool spot. If I got naded from here during a match and I watched the kill cam, I would go absolutely crazy. That's all I got for today, guys. Thanks for checking out the video. I'll try and do more like this to help us out, and thanks for watching.
Make sure we keep it.